Hey, it's Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. This is just a live. We're going to do some live tarot readings. We're going to just do a little energy clearing to start with as we get a few people to join us. As you join, please just say hi. Let us know where you're from. We're going to change the chat a little bit, and the nose is itching like crazy. So we are just going to do a little energy clearing to begin with. We have the sage burning, so we're just clearing the air a little bit, calling in my guides and your guides, and asking for any help that we need today to give the best message possible to you. I think we're gonna adjust my camera just a hair up. Oh, and it shocked me. So I'm hoping that's gonna fix it. So we hope everyone is doing well today. And we're just gonna clear the energy just a little bit. We will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed today. So we will begin with a general reading as we always do, and then we will get into some questions. So what do our angels and guides want us to know today? What is the message that, what message needs delivered today? She's like, what message needs delivered? So that's... Okay, so I feel like this is a message about a little bit of love, because the first card is the never-ending story, which is sometimes we're in relationship with someone and there's a separation, but just know you were meant to co-create with that person, and they're very likely to come back into your life, and you're currently maybe even thinking of them, and know if that's the case, they're also thinking of you, because we get the Observer card, and then we get the card of Serendipity, which is, have you ever went to call somebody and they're calling you, or went to send them a text and they've just sent you something? That's that whole serendipity. If you're thinking of somebody, they're thinking of you. And the bottom of the deck is the exchanging gifts card. So we will just see what message wants to come out. Really got those mixed up today. So the current energy is the Seven of Swords, which is walking away from that thought of it's never going to work out. That's a very similar energy there of, the things that aren't working out. And if you focus on the things that aren't working out, those things are going to continue to be in your energy. And we feel like it's time saying, to move forward with that. The Eight of Swords is at least, you have the awareness of those thoughts are not the best for me, but are you ready to move on from that to something more personal, fulfilling, and happy? Because we have the 7, the 8, the 9. So it's definitely looking like it's forward progress. And that's because you're looking at it in a new way, because you're going through this journey. And, sometimes we just have to, have enough self-respect, self-care to be like, you know what, I deserve a little better. Or sometimes when you just say those words, I deserve better, it's like a green light for the universe to be like, oh, okay, you want something better. Dum, da, da, dum, here it is. So we feel like there's going to be an offer coming in soon. That's the headspace of as you decide to change your thinking and focus on your own personal happiness, it's going to bring an opportunity for that person that you're trying to co-create with to come back around in the physical really quickly. In the immediate future is the Tower card, and we're about to have that Tower energy. There is a yod on Saturday when we're having the solar eclipse, and that's when Uranus, which is the Tower, and Neptune are going to be pointed directly at Libra, where the eclipse is going on. So big change in relationship can happen just by changing your focus and say, you know what? I deserve to be happy. Get over this sadness and let it go. And you know what? That happened in the past, but you know what? There's something so much better for you in the future coming. If you just open your heart and give yourself the love that you deserve. Treat yourself the way you want somebody else to treat you. And honestly, that's the quickest way to get them to treat you that way, by the way you treat yourself. You're the only thing holding you back. That Four of Pentacles, you're holding yourself back in the physical. I'm going to wait for them to come. I'm going to wait for them to change. I'm not going to do nothing. You know what? You're going to be stubborn. I'm a Taurus. Trust me. I know all about being stubborn and just holding on. And I'm just going to wait. You know what? You can't wait. You got to be the one to take the action. You have to find your own personal balance, your own fire, your own control of your own power. The underlying energy is the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, which is a contract with that person. As you work on healing the shadow, that's when it's going to, come back around. That Ten of Wands, that drop in the burden, and then the Six of Swords, moving into calmer water, somewhere where you want to be, somewhere a little more peaceful, where you can co-create, where you're exchanging the gifts and not, and the card under that is the card of the new life. Are you ready to create this brand new life? We did a little short of all the, we have a butterfly bush, and there were so many butterflies all over it as a symbol of this change that's happening this week with this eclipse. Are you ready for huge change in your life? Because it can really happen just by changing the way you think, focusing on what makes you truly happy. Where is, are you following your desires? The cards that came out are you open to receive? Be open to receive. Thank you, Source, for the blessings and favors flowing into my life. You also get the card of surrender to service, which is when you're unsure of which direction to take, focus on service. And then we get the card of the moon activation, which is spend some time under the moonlight and speak about what you truly want. Don't speak about the negative. I want a loving, honest relationship. I want great communication. I want somebody that can be open to their feelings. I want somebody that wants to grow and explore with me. The underlying energy is the family karma card and the twin flame card. So it feels like this karma is going, as you heal your family karma, it's going to bring in your twin flame towards you. Are you ready for that? So we are going to pick this up, and then we'll get into some other readings. We hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for joining us today. As you come in to say hi, let us know where you're from. I always like to thank Dave for moderating for us. Dave is my husband and my twin flame. So please check out Dave's channel, Big Wave Sound Therapy there. He does some great sound healing. He's done magnificent work for us. We actually just posted, we are going to do a live on Friday, this coming Friday, Friday the 13th at 8 p.m. Dave and I are going to do a live sound bath together. So it's going to be on both of our channels. So we're really excited about that opportunity to co-create with Dave. So KCT, how are you doing? Hi, is it Sky? It's going to be, I have it posted on my channel, but I think Dave's going to be able to get it on his too, to where we're going to do that together. It is the first time we're going to do that on a live or a video together. So we are excited for that. KCT, did you have a question? And like I said, we're using the Colette Baron Reed cards today. Celia says, would you like a general read or a specific question? Okay, we will find out about a card for you. And honestly, what we found out, I'm serious, this mantra of if it's meant for me, let it be easy, has like done so much for Dave and I. We have done like a couple of different things. Like Dave was working on something and we're like, Celia's like, if it's meant for me, let it be easy. And like, as soon as we did that, like there was instant change in the energy. So will you find a card this month? Looks like yes. Because you get the card of a higher power and you get Treasure Island and then you get a fork in the road. So you may get to choose between two. And if so, go with your gut. Yes. Yes. But put it out there. If it's meant for me, let it be easy and just trust in the universe to bring the right thing to you. And there was the fork in the road. So you may find it while you're cycling at a fork in the road. So pay attention to the forks in the road and be careful at the forks in the road. Pay attention at the forks in the road, she said. So, yeah. Dave does some cycling. We tried Brenda doing a little bit. We did a little more last year. We're hoping to get back into doing a little more of that. And Sky, my chat is so small. But look at the forks in the road and you may find the right thing. It might just, everything in divine timing. So, Sky, I saw you posted a question. What will the future of Mina and you be? Well, you get the card of happy, and the underlying energy is the unfinished symphony. So if there's being a little pause, just know the happy card, work on your self-love, and you would be just amazed at how quick things can come around by just having more self-love for yourself, like treat yourself how you want to be treated. And like KCT, as far as a car, like I was doing like a job interview one time and somebody's like, what kind of car would you like to drive in the future? And I was like, a Suburban. And they're like, oh, a Navigator. That's a better car. And they wrote down Navigator. That wasn't what I said. You want to know what car I was driving in about 2 years? A Suburban. So just Celia's guidance is you know, if you had your choice of cars, what would it be? So well, you get the card of the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups, and the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is walking away from things that aren't serving you. And we're going to get one of our Celia cards for you. And you know, sometimes when you meet somebody, they are what's called a catalyst. Because you get the card first, you get the card underneath of boundaries, which is we teach people how to treat us. But you get the cards of self-worth, which is we teach others how to treat us. So a big theme with that, we feel, and how people treat us is based on how we truly feel about ourselves. We get the moon activation, which is spend some time under the moonlight. You get the card of divine timing, which is let go of control issues. Teacher wisdom, which is you are a light worker here to share your gifts of the journey. The card of personal karma, which is the karma you brought into this life and the karma you accumulate daily. And you get the card of creativity sparked, which is deep dive into that project. And you get the card of be the light, which is shine your light to remove the darkness. So I almost feel like, Sky, like this person is a catalyst driving you towards something more balanced in the future when you change your focus. Because I have a twin flame card and it did not come out. So, but I feel like this relationship is to teach you about your self-worth. And I personally had a catalyst, so I understand that dynamic of it. And sometimes it's better to have that energy with another person instead of your actual twin. So, but you got the unfinished symphony. So sometimes with that twin thing, you can go and be a part, or if they decide not to do the work, like somebody else can like opt into that energy if they choose to basically opt out. Sana, how are you doing? Hi, Christine. I am doing well. What are you doing? You're okay. I'm just like having like a whole eye twitch thing at the moment, so I'm trying to figure it out. So Dave made my chat bigger. The blessings of him working from home and helping me out. So Sana, Sana, we're gonna get cards about Roshan for you. You get the card of Imagine, the card of Higher Power, and the card of TikTok, and the bottom of the deck is the card of blessed. So I feel like maybe that person is dreaming of you and you have a connection in a higher realm, but I feel like maybe it may be a little bit until that happens in the physical. Just know you're blessed and continue working on, are you working on your North Node? Are you working on your Chiron? My guide Celia always says the Chiron is so important. It is the key. Hey, Beatrice! Like I heard like the introduction into the room. So Santa, you get the cards of the Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Chariot. So we feel like as you make the decision to focus on your mission, you're going to really move things forward quickly, and then you're going to get some communication in the physical. From your masculine energy, as soon as you let this burden down, are you focused on what burden are you focused on? What gifts are you working on? Beatrice, are you ready for change? So he's like, are you ready? We are we just had a little video of the whole of the butterfly bush. There's transformation happening. Pluto, which rules Scorpio, the death card, is coming out of retrograde tomorrow. We are having an eclipse this weekend, which is also a yod, where Uranus, the tower, and Neptune are faced towards the eclipse in Libra. So about balancing relationships. So we feel the energy is like huge transformative energy over the next couple of weeks. So are you ready for change? Are you ready? Like, she's like, are you ready for change? So Miss Beatrice, what you been doing? And Christine, we're going to get your question about what do you see coming for you and your twin flame Taurus. That's why we grabbed these cards today. Okay, we get the card of emotional check-in, which is place your hand on your heart and see how do you feel, because we feel like you're very connected to that person, and then set your intentions, which is what would you like to manifest, and then also have the intention of let it be easy, and that's a great mantra to have, which is mantra of the day. If it's meant for me, let it be easy. The card of be the light, shine your light to remove the darkness. And you get the card of the spirals of life, learning life lessons, healing the cycles and patterns. And you get the card of surrender into service. So Kristen, are you, I feel like if you guys are separated, there's a spiral. You're coming back around as you're working, put your hand on your heart, emotional check-in, hand on your heart. How do you feel? And honestly, if it's what you want, set that as your intention, and then say, if this is meant to work out, let it be easy. And are you working on your North Node? Are you surrendering into service? Have you been working, but the spirals, like for it to come back around? I hear have boundaries, but be open to a conversation. You just never know what may happen, but know your self-worth. Yes. As you know your self-worth, like that's going to make such a difference. Like, know your self-worth. Awesome, Beatrice. I know we're going through major transformation. Been taking care of your mom and sister. So Beatrice, do you have a question? I know the last 6 months have been like crazy for me. Pluto's been in retrograde since literally my birthday, May 1st. So So we're ready for it to come out, and it is happening in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn likes to give you a gifty when you're doing the work. So as you're doing the work, Kristen, just know, just be open, but have a good boundary. Be open, and write down what you would like. Like I wrote down a list of my favorite or my partner, my perfect mate. And I listed all the qualities I wanted. And we also did, I did a couple of other things, but just, are you wanting commitment? What was the problem before? Like, if it was non-committed, like on the paper of the things you want, say, I want somebody that's committed, somebody that's looking for marriage, somebody that's, confident, supportive. As you want to know, as you're doing your work, he's doing his work. That's how it works with the whole twin flame thing. It's really super good about that. That as you do one, you get the other too. So Miss Beatrice, we are going to get some general for the month of November. So we feel like November is going to be like quite the month for you, Miss Beatrice. Have you been doing the dark night of the soul? Because you get the card of awaken your heart, which is allow love to flow to you and through you, and the card of self-love, which it's an inside job. So how's that self-love going? And she said, we're also going to get you a wisdom of the oracle. And you get the card of TikTok and building blocks and the card of serendipity. So have you been seeing a lot of the repeating numbers? Yeah, you want to know? Me and Dave just been kind of going through the same thing. Like as you're trying to, we found a new gentleman to listen to. He's a wonderful teacher, Michael Mirdad, and he says, when you go to open, when you're opening your heart chakra, it causes dark night of the soul, because you have to go and heal all that stuff. So as you're doing that and working on it, I'll tell you, Beatrice, Celia's been telling Dave, you have to be in mission by 2024. She's like, you got to be sovereign in mission. You got to step in mission. So the TikTok is there. You've been doing the building blocks. Just keep working on it. The repeating numbers are just a sign to tell you you're on the right path. Like for me and Dave, when we're driving to check alignment, we're 333, 444, 888. We both do it as a game when we're driving to a kind of a test of our alignment. Kind of a test of our alignment. Absolutely a test for alignment. So we're going to get a couple of tarot for you. You get the Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords. Miss Beatrice, it looks like you've been planting the seeds of what you want. And then sometimes you just have to kind of wait for them to happen. But Miss Beatrice, are there two gentlemen that have your current attention? An air sign and an earth sign. Those are two very masculine energies. Oh, a Libra. That explains the whole two-sidedness. Nothing bad about the Libra. But is that person kind of very, very focused on their money? Like the air sign's very serious. King of Pentacles is definitely. But I feel like he could be, it is what you've manifested through your healing. Somebody you have a contract with that's going to bring you lots of happiness. as the Queen of Pentacles. So are they. And you've been working on your healing. So keep working on your self-love, Miss Beatrice. Know as you're seeing those numbers that like as you grow your self-worth and that self-love, like that's going to come in like gangbusters. But if you're focused on your money, just know your person's probably focused on money too. And as you continue to focus on your love and the gratitude of that person, but you definitely get that card of about love. So we are glad you caught us live. We did a little live earlier, and then Celia was like, let's do another one. So we are going to try to start doing quite every day. We're going to try to be coming live every day. That is the new forward intention. Because we're so thankful that this is the job we get to have every day. So Aliana, we'll take your question next. Oh, well, she said, we still want to do a live with you at some time. When time works out, I know it's been crazy for us for the last 6 months or so, but did you have a specific question or you want a general? What can we do for you? We were just figuring out how to do the co-live thing. I invited Dave on a live with me, so. We are actually doing a sound bath on Friday night on both of our channels. We're going to co-do it. So if you have a chance Friday evening, please join us 8 Eastern. And what blessings are coming for you this month for your birthday? Okay. Well, happy early birthday, or I already posted it on my channel, so you should be able to find it. Aliana, you get the card of time for a nap and a deep knowing. And you get the card of Treasure Island and the card of Community and the card of TikTok. So, no, time is an illusion. We're going to start out with that. Time is actually an illusion. The more and more we go through this spiritual journey, you'll find out time is really an illusion. And don't feel like time is getting away from you, because it's definitely not. And really, like, take some time and celebrate with your friends, the community. And I don't know. I just had the reference of, I know at one point my daughter thought her friends were more far ahead of her in life, but now things have kind of circled back around and it's absolutely not that way. So if you're feeling like time is getting away from you, it's not. Take it slow, enjoy, savor every moment, and know everything happens in the right moment, but like really take your time. I'm hearing like take your time, like really like take your time. Yes. Walk away from anything that's not serving you, that 7 of Swords, and do your healing. Did you already do that? Did you already walk away from someone that caused you a lot of heartache? If you haven't, you need to, because the happiness that you seek is right around the corner. Yeah. Part of your spiritual path. It's part of the lessons. It's gonna take you to such a great place. It's going to help you. You knew your power, so you walked away. So that's really good. You're planting the seeds of what you want for the future. The immediate future is the card of healing, the Star card. You're definitely being divinely guided because the environment card is the Chariot. So the universe is trying to push you forward. Oh, what kind of healer? What kind of healer? I do Reiki and I do physical therapy, so I've kind of got my own modality thing I do. Oh, awesome. If you would ever like to trade some Reiki, distance Reiki, like practice that, we would love to work a deal with you. We're always up for sharing stuff. And Dave does like sound therapy and shamanic healing, so he's working on stepping into his healing journey. So it's going to bring you lots of financial stability through doing that, through the work. So just keep going on what you're working on. Like keep working on that healing path. The Six of Wands is the card of victory. Know you're going to get there. Have confidence in yourself. The outcome is the Ten of Swords. Like you got to let the self-doubt go and know. Oh, here's the best advice I can give you about Reiki. You're just the conduit. Know that energy is infinite intelligence and it flows where it needs to go. So it's really great if you're just like, I'm the conduit, just like with Celia, I'm the conduit. So just be the conduit. It's going to bring you a lot of financial stability. Like Nine of Pentacles, she's like independent, financially stable. She's like super connected. That's from doing all the work. And you're going to have everything that's ever happened to you as like a reference point. And the outcome is overall is the Four of Wands with the underlying energy is the Seven of Wands. So keep going on the path you're on. Take your time. If you want to practice some distance Reiki and trade practice services, we are always up. We are certified level 2. I was telling Dave I'm ready to move on to doing a little bit more of it because I've been level 2 for about 5 years. So I'm ready to, to work in that arena a little farther and go. So, but keep doing the work you're doing. It's great. Hi, Miss Shirley. How you doing again? Hi, Desi. Hi, love Mia. Yes, and keep working on that self-love because, like, I know when I was doing Reiki in the beginning, I was doing it every day on me so much, and, like, it did so much for me. And just know, like, the time is ready, like, now. Like, until you've been telling Dave about we need to be on mission by 2024 starting out. So we are, yeah. It's definitely been the message of its time. But, you know, just as it's meant for you, let it happen. Desi, do you have a question or do you have general guidance? What can we do for you today? Okay, we are going to get cards for you. Sumaya. Okay, and you get the cards of why. And you get the cards of mending. So, and you get the cards of go the distance. So that's looking pretty good on that. But what is your why about this person? Do they inspire you to do better? Do they make you feel like you're not enough? What is your why with this person? And, you know, is the person that makes me feel the best about myself, the person that makes me want to, you know, what's your why with your person? So we were just, but if you figure out the why, it really to go the distance. Because if you don't know, like if it's if it's in a codependent way, it's going to take forever. If it's coming from a needy place of I miss him, like it can't come. When you get in your confidence and I'm like, if I'm meant to be with him, he's going to reach out. He's going to do that, because if you stand in your power, you're going to like attract him to you. Men are magnetized by that energy of confidence. And like, put your smile on. Like Dave always says, the prettiest girl in the room is the one with a smile on her face. And like, be confident. Like, easiest way to pull him towards you. But if you are kind of missing him and focused on him, it's kind of like a lean in, and the masculine energy does not like to be pursued. They would actually prefer you lean back and then they would pursue, because they enjoy that. They enjoy the chase. It's just in their like hunting, like nature, like they don't like to be pursued. So honestly, if you like pull your energy back and focus on something completely different and are in a really confident place, it's like gonna attract him like. So she's always like, if you pull it back and focus on like being of service to somebody else, like how can I be of service? Like it makes it all just kind of smooth all the rough edges away. So we hope that helps. Hi Momo. Hi Sherry. Okay, I have to ask Momo. Momo, we would do you have a question? Would you like general? What can we do? That totally reminds me of the place, Dave, where we went in Sedona. Like Momo's Kitchen, something. It's like yes, we ate at a place called Momo's and it was like phenomenal in Sedona. They have like authentic Korean food, some kind of food I'm not going to swear on. You are very welcome. We hope you have a wonderful day. Hi, AG. How are you? I love when Celia announces you in the room. And it's like, oh, every time we go there, it's just like a little side, like, almost like a food truck. Food truck. The energy is strong today. Okay. Okay, the first card you get is the card of chop wood, which means, as with any relationship, it could be some work, because we tend to bring a little, stuff in on our shoes from the past. But you get the card of exchanging gifts, and you get the card of imagine, and you get the card of happy, which is really good. So it's going to be some work, but with any work, there's lots of reward. And we feel like it's going to really open your expansion up. So we feel like it could be, there is potential for a good relationship there. Get the Ace of Swords and the Fool and the Two of Swords. We are going to give you the best advice ever. Don't think about him. Think about anything but him. Like, focus on, like, even like the chop wood, like folding laundry and those things. So you're like high vibe and like as we just said, men like to pursue. So think of him, have a little thought, have a little fun with the thought, and don't overthink it. But it looks like there's some really good potential because you get also the sun and the 9. Like he's going to come rushing in when you do that. Like focus on you being happy. Oh, and really what you want. We're excited about this because when you get really, really happy and then you attract somebody, you know what they're going to be, whatever the vibration is you're at. So get really happy, like focus on being like kid-like happy, like joyously happy, fun happy, like she's having a freaking ball. Yes. Do not text. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't chase. Men don't like to be pursued. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like fold laundry, like get in alignment. Like I was telling Dave the other day, when something's like, I'm irritated. I just need to go fold laundry because when I fold laundry, it's like one of those things like doing dishes or driving or taking a shower. Any of those things are such a natural thing to you that you can get a lot of messages, but by doing those repetitive things, it can also change your vibration. So if think about him and know that if you're thinking about that person, they're probably thinking about you, but then think, okay, if it's meant to be, let it be easy and be like, I'm going to go do this. You know, if he wants to reach out, it's in his ballpark. I'm not chasing, and don't chase, don't pursue. Men like to chase, be feminine. Feminine is to allow and receive. I know we're so taught to like, be like, it's okay for women to do that, but really it will like push like that masculine energy away just based on my own experience, as everything Celia says I've ever had is just a reference point. So, she's like, go have fun. Like, be like your funnest. You like, go have fun. Like, the more fun you have, like, the sooner he's going to reach out. Like, honestly, the higher the vibe you are, because like he's a high vibe person. And if you're like in this not confident state, he's going to be not attracted to you as much as if you're in like your stand up and Wonder Woman, hands on your hips, chest out, head up, like Wonder Woman. Get in your confidence. That's what attracted him, and that's what will re-attract him, you and your confidence. So use message of the day. Be in your confidence. Mel Robbins does this thing where when you get up, you go and you high five yourself. We definitely have taken on that. We take on the stand there and do the Wonder Woman pose. Like we saw that on Mind Valley recently, that where they were talking about how impactful that Wonder Woman pose was. So we're like, here, we're going to try it. And it's definitely makes a difference. So, Miss Shirley, I saw you posted a couple of different questions. So like I said, which one would you like us to answer? Hey, Joseph, what's going on? Be mysterious. So he's like, be mysterious, like, be like, go out and have fun. Like, and Joseph, so he's like, what's going on with you? And Shirley, we're just going to go to the first one I see, which, about the Leo contacting you. Well, Miss Shirley, you get the cards of Between Worlds, and you get the card of Come to the Edge. So I feel like it's really on the edge where it can go either way. It depends on, are you doing the work? Is he doing the work? Are they mirroring back to you? And you get the card to buy the book. So, are you doing the work? Because like based on the work you do is the work they're going to do. If you don't work on your heart healing, they're not going to. And then if they come back to you and they're out here on the edge, that's not a good place for you. That's not a good place for you. So we're going to get a couple of tarot. How is your confidence going, Miss Shirley? I hear it can change everything in your life because you get the 6 of Wands, the Tower, and the Hanged Man. All by doing it a different perspective. You know what? Him being away is an opportunity for you. Yeah. Yeah. The 5 of Swords, that chaos, just healing it. That is the work, and that is the connection you need to do. That is what's blocking. Miss Shirley, this morning, I think we posted a video about moving money blocks. It was the weirdest thing because in the middle of doing that video, like I was recording it as a private video, like I had a thumbs up like pop up in the middle of my screen. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But it was, I guess I would remember that video because it's like it impressed it in my mind. So something about going removing money blocks. And we feel like this in the past, when someone hurt you, do you have the need to, that Scorpio energy, and sometimes that Libra is the balance. And I know you're Libra. So like, if you're on like teetering on the edge of this, if they're not in a good place and they're not in a good place, just know that can, it's like Dave's Gemini where it's, one side or the other, where if you're not in balance in it, it can get very, I hear the very Scorpio-y, like very right for the jugular. And you felt hurt, so you just kind of put that back on him. And we feel like part of that is coming to the energy of the awareness of seeing where that cycle and the pattern is. As you do it and see it from a different way, he's triggering something in you, which is, you know what twin flames do? Trigger all the time. But your stability is trying to really come in. That way you can help teach in your community about how to get reconnected in your heart. That honestly, by trying to get reconnected in your heart is what's going to push that forward. Self-worth. We teach people how to treat us. Boundaries. We teach people how to treat us. Do you feel a theme with those 2 cards? Write it down. Write down. Okay. Call in spirit, which is in moments of clarity or confusion. Sit in the power, call in spirit. And I'm also going to reach over here and get my book. Because Shirley, something else I had to do on my journey, which we all know I show all the time about, my list of Dave. You know what else I have a list of? Some of the qualities about me. The next section is what I want to improve about myself. And there were general things like balancing my energy, maintaining my energy, allowing, receiving, trusting my intuition, connecting with source, knowing my power, the ability to read cards, the things that trigger me, and just awareness of those things. When something triggers me, I wanted to figure out why. Like listening, I wanted that. So after I did that part of the list, I wrote, why did I want to improve it? Like with listening, she said, go to the listening one. Listening, I wanted to be a better listener. I wanted to be present, listen to hear, not to respond. Listen, be listening and compassionate. I want to be heard. I want to be an example. I want to be a good listener that allows being open to give the best guidance. I wanted to be a good listener because it feels good to both people. I wanted to listen to my inner guidance, to be more freely, to be confident in the knowledge I was being given by source. So those are the things I wanted to work on. And then I have a whole nother section where the steps I'm going to make to change that. Like what steps what did I want to take to work on those things? Like for listening, it was about focusing, being present, listening to hear, not reply, show others their value by listening to them, respect, trust, hear what's not being said by the body language. So like all of those, by just acknowledging those things, it made a change in me because I had awareness of what I wanted to change, why I wanted to change it, and what steps I needed to do that. So, I clearly was called to get my book out and look at that stuff. So we're clearly called to talk about it now. We showed Dave the other day. We had never really showed Dave that part of the book. So we were just like, I have a lot of different things in my book. So, Miss Shirley, it's like a couple of part works, it's like a 3-part thing. First, just write the list of the traits you would like to change. Not in a derogatory, self-sabotage, beat up on yourself kind of way. Like mine were the general things. I wanted to have more balance in my day-to-day life. I wanted to improve my listening. I wanted to be more patient, like all the different things. And then the why. And every one of those, in part of my why, it says because it feels good. I wanted to change it to the thing that was making me feel good. When I get triggered, I want to figure out why I'm getting triggered so I can stop that pattern. Why? Because it feels good to not be triggered. But know that if you're in that twin flame thing, that's going to trigger you. I mean, it's the biggest trigger. Dave and I trigger each other every day. Like every single day. We're a work in progress every day. And we're basically a minute by minute thermometer of each other. So as you're working on your stuff, know that other person's working on theirs. Hi, Sherry. How are you doing? We hope that helped Miss Shirley. But when you get some time, do it. We gave Dave that, and she's like, don't do it all in one day. Do it one part, and then go. And you don't have to do the whole list all at one time. Oh, Joseph. Thanks, Dave. Where is I am doing good, Shirley. Yeah, is Joseph still here, Dave? I don't see him, but that doesn't mean okay, if yeah. Oh, Joseph, there he is. What's your question? What's going on? We had a crazy dark night of the soul with crazy stuff that happened to us. All as a reference point, Celia says. So yeah, and the thing of it is why do you do it? Why? Why do you want to change it? What would you like to do instead? Like when I'm working on my Chiron stuff, it's like, okay, this triggers me. How does it make me feel? When else have I been made to feel that way? What other situations trigger me that way? Joseph, what kind of warfare? I had some really crazy stuff that went on with me, so there's like nothing you could say that would change it all. But we feel like it's gonna change because you get the card of higher power, and we feel like that's asking you to give it to your higher power. But then you get the card of chaos and conflict, but like that, it's a zebra, but it looks like a giraffe, but that skin's coming off. So I feel like that means there is change in the air. We are in a season of change right now with Pluto going direct. But I'll just say, when I was in my darkest part of my dark night of the soul, I literally, at one point, I was on my knees and was like, God, I surrender. Please, help me and show me the way. And I've done that a couple more times since then. But that was like a profound thing. When I did it that time and really surrendered, I literally felt like the love of God just pour over me, and changed who I was. Like it was, so I feel like it's really asking you to put how is your trust in your higher power? How is your connection with God, source, or whatever higher power you believe in? You get the card of 9 of Cups, the Lovers, the 7 of Wands, the Death card, which is about transformation, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Moon, with the underlying energy being the Knight of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Devil, with the bottom of the deck being the Ace of Cups. We feel like there's going to be a big change, and you're going to feel freedom from whatever has kept you where you felt like you had a boundary. You have the Moon and the Death card here. In between is the 3 of Pentacles, which is a contract. So is there somebody you're supposed to be working with, somebody that you're supposed to be? Are you connecting to somebody on a high? Are you being astrally attacked? Hey, Joseph, send me an email, Brenda@brendaolson.net. Dave will put it in the description box. I would love to have conversation with you and help give you some guidance. I went through some of that stuff. Everything is a reference point. Call in Archangel Michael to be with you. We're just getting some clarification on some cards. Honestly, I will say I've had that happen. I went through, I've had all of that happen to me. So, literally, send me an email so we can, do something in private. We're going to help release you from this. That is part of our work. We have all of the 8s here. It's part of the loop. Honestly, please send me an email. We can definitely give you some pointers to help get you out of this. This energy. But honestly, surrendering is going to be the quickest way to bring the change in. Like opening your heart to your like higher power. Do you meditate? Okay. And Love Mia, we're going to get a card for you. You get the card of a change in the winds and the fate. So we do think it's going to work out for you. AG, we're going to get a card for you. You get the card of the building blocks. You get the card of Treasure Island. You get the card of Imagine. And you get the card of Message in a Bottle. And you get the card of Chaos and Conflict. So, have you been, how's your meditation been going? I'm getting like a weird eye thing. Okay. In AG, we get the cards of the Page of Swords, which is that communication being held back. Honestly, you have to try to find time to do that. That is part of your path, and that's really is going to be part of your biggest strength and really help bring forth the stability that you're trying to manifest. But it looks like your inaction standing there is kind of being what's blocking it from that stepping forward with Sonal. It's about taking the time. And sometimes we go through health situations for us to, I know I had bronchitis. I was, for about a month, I didn't get to do much of anything because coughing, and it was really about making sure I got to take time to be with myself and be connected. So try to make sure you're doing as much as you can on the meditating. And Joseph, we will absolutely give you as much guidance as we can do to help. And Mrs. ARJ, will Ragla come back? You get a few cards. The first card you get is the card of Truth Be Told, which is about opening your heart and your true deep desire. And you get the card of Take a Nap, which is about being patient. And then you get the card of New Life, and you get the card of Go the Distance. So I feel like it's just going to be a waiting game, which is more about giving you time to step into the things that you need to do. I'll just say I'm a Taurus. I got my little bull up here somewhere. I can be stubborn, and like for my mission, I just would not step in. I was like, no, I'm going to do this other thing. I'm going to do this other thing. I'm going to be a therapist. I'm going to work in therapy. I'm going to do this. And like, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. I'm supposed to, be very 3D, da, 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 da. I resisted. And until I finally surrendered, my life didn't change. And the moment I truly surrendered into mission, my entire life changed. So you have to look in your heart and see, but we feel like you have other things you're supposed to be working on right now. That's really going to open up your life in a brand new way. And you get the cards of the King of Cups, which is really meditating, getting really grounded. We get the Two of Cups, and we get the Ten of Wands. Is there a lot of burden between you? The Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Are you, and we get the King of Swords. So we're only missing the King of Wands, which is, are you energetically pursuing this person, Mrs. ARJ? Because if you are, that could really slow things down. I feel like it's about getting connected to your heart and pulling back and focusing on what's your heart's desire and work on building a new life for you. And then that's going to be what would attract this person back. Right now, you're in this, like, I'm carrying a heavy burden for this person, and that can't come back. But when you see it from a new place, it's definitely going to bring a new opportunity in the physical with, as the King of Pentacles. But like right there in the current energy, he would be sitting there, I'm not having it. So pull your energy back. Look where your North Node is. Look where your Chiron is. Are you focusing on what is going to make you happy? Like the best guidance Celia's been given Dave is you have new criteria to make a decision. Does it make you happy, and does it feel good? If it doesn't meet those two criteria, she doesn't want Dave to do it. So make sure you're spending time doing the things that are making you happy. It's about a time for your growth right now. And sometimes until you do that growth, nothing will move forward in a relationship. And Sherry, what's coming towards me this year? And AG, if you're still around, Dave and I are doing a sound bath on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, our time. So if you're around, please check us out. And Sherry, you get the card of never-ending storm, never-ending story. So we feel like are you repeating cycles? Sometimes when you're having the dark night of the soul and working on opening your heart chakra, it really causes you to like dive deep into every emotion you've ever had. And like, I feel like it's inviting you to come to the edge with that of your feelings. It's time to feel your feelings, dear. That's what we hear. Time to feel your feelings. So, but otherwise you're just going to repeat that cycle. And we feel like, isn't that as dead as you want it to be? Like, don't you want a brand new energy coming towards you where you're standing in your power. That's going to be something that's going to be inspired action towards you, something more reciprocal with somebody that's on their journey, coming towards you quickly now. They're like that. And with the Six of Wands, so you get the Knight of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Four of Swords, which is doing the healing work. And that will bring you new clarity. Sherry, what is your what's your past energy with love? What is the cycle like? Family karma, like, is there like a cycle? Like, you'd be surprised, like you can, like, in 5 minutes you can really fix a cycle. Like, just becoming aware of, oh, this happens in my family, this happened, this happened, this happened to this person, it happened to that person. Oh, my family has a pattern of this. Does your family have a pattern of staying in unhappy marriages? Do you have a pattern of multiple partners? Do you have, a pair of, what is the pattern with relationship? Is one person more dominant in the relationship? Because like in my family, I'm the only one that's been divorced on my side, and on my ex's side, every one of his siblings were, he was the last one of the 8 to, 6 were married, I think. So of the 6, so like, what is the pattern? And then I would write a list like I did. I wrote a thing of my perfect partner, and I only wrote the positive traits. I wanted somebody confident, loving, caring, generous, kind, somebody on their path, somebody, supportive, someone, that brings me flowers and Dave rubs my feet and is just kind and generous in general, and many other things. I had 2 pages, like, but I wrote all those things down, and like, so then it was like, okay, this is what I want. I also did what's called a focus wheel, where I put at the top where I was, because I was looking for a committed relationship. So I did the focus wheel on some general things. And then, are you noticing other people around you in new relationships, or a lot of love around you? Because a lot of times before it comes to you, you'll see it in the people around you. Like when you're out, like I did therapy. So as I was trying to attract that, I would have patients that had been married for 40 or 50 years. And I would always ask them, okay, what's your secret? How did you bring this, how have you stayed together? And it was always about communication. And by doing that, like, one of my top things I wanted was communication. So like, pay attention to your environment on the sweet love you see. And when you see like an older couple or anybody, walking, holding hands, or doing a public display of affection, be like, oh my gosh, isn't that the cutest? And really like savor it. Like, oh my, like when they open the door, like be like, oh my gosh, isn't that just the cutest? And it makes such a difference. Like, but you'll start seeing it. But you can totally change a pattern by just your desire. Your desire has to just be stronger than your belief. And say, you know what? I did it once. I'm ready for the next one's forever. And have that be your intention. So I think we are going to take a little break. We would like to thank everyone for joining us today. But we're going to go get hydrated, but we'll be back later. We hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.